Welcome, my fellow Vanguards, back to another episode review for Cardfight Vanguard G, the animation, or the anime, whatever you want to call it. And today we're going to be reviewing episode 18, the latest episode that came out, I believe it was the 10th of February, and we're mainly focused on Dark Face deck versus a new Minerva deck, or Regalia deck, or whatever the heck you want to call it. So I'll start off with the plot summary, talk about the animation, and then the card fight. Alright, I'm sorry if I sound very tired, it's because I am. After this, I'm going to be heading off to bed, and I just kind of want to get this done with, I'll be honest. Alright, so let's start off with the basic plot summary. So, forgot his name already. Noah and Wakamizu, or Chaos Breaker and Darkface, break into a facility where Q4 and the rest of the main gang of good doers are there. And they break in and they start busting up walls and they're preparing an attack, whereas Giza goes in to go take the rest of the Zero Dragons. That way he can complete his ultimate form. And so Noah gets trapped with Kai and Aichi, and then they start having a three-way card fight. So both Aichi and Kai versus Chaos Breaker, and Arata and the Nubatama guy, along with Kamui and Minerva, go after Darkface. And Darkface is like, "You take one step closer and I'll blow you up with this dynamite along with me." And then Kamui's like, "Wait!" And then freaking comes in with the freaking falcon knee. Like, it was beautiful. I was so happy about that. He said, "Alright, listen, alright. I'll just take your queen, and then we'll have our own separate card fight," because they locked both Darkface and Chaos Breaker away, so they could deal with them separately. That way, they weren't causing any issues. The problem is that Darkface created a virus that is going through the main system, and of course, they have to freaking work their way around and make sure that the virus doesn't spread all across the network. That way, the rest of the apostles don't get the rest of the information as the card fight commences. And Misaki makes the observation saying, "Oh, you chose to take me as your opponent on purpose." He said, yes, I did, because they're both young children. They don't know how to keep up with my programming. And Kamui, he's too much of a hothead and is not really known for thinking. So by taking the smartest person in the building as a hostage, makes it so my virus can spread very quickly. And so Kamui, Makoto, and Arata, they all, along with Chris and the scientists back from Gears Crisis, all start working in trying to fix the virus as Darkface and Misaki have a card fight. So we get shown off the new Angelica and the new Minerva. And the new Minerva looks really nice. It looks really nice. And that's all I can really say. And she's a waifu card for a reason. And she's like, what, $20 now? Like the original one that you probably won't even run in the main deck. Whatever. I'll get to that in the card section. But we get to learn a little bit of backstory about Darkface and why he's so determined to make sure that Ghidorah plans go through fruition. And it's mainly because apparently he said he was an odd person even among the mega colony of warriors, and Ghidorah accepted him and appreciated all his hard work and his intelligence, and so he vowed to make sure that whatever goals were, he would make it happen, because she's the only one that's accepted him. And now I'm like, oh, I feel. And then he uses his the Zero Dragon that Ghidorah left him. Doesn't work out. He doesn't kill Misaki. Misaki wins the card fight. Almost forgot. Kazuma and Kazumi started having a card fight, because they also get trapped right before Gize was about to go take the Zero Dragons. They get locked away and start a card fight. And we get to see the preview for the next episode, which is going to be focusing on Chaos Breaker and Chaos Breaker versus Blasters and Overlords, which is very nice. I can't wait for tomorrow's episode, because I'm a fan of 2 of the 3 decks. I play both Blasters and Overlord, and to see them fight against Chaos Breaker, like all tier 0 decks is going at it. Hopefully they'll use a lot of tact, use a lot of understanding of how the cards work, and because they've been topping everywhere. They've been in the World Championships that we just had. and I'm just excited to see it. But yeah, that's basic plot summary. Not much happened there. Just we're starting a 3-episode arc, I'm assuming, where we get to see some now Dex fight, which is, I feel like it is going to be extra filler, just so they don't end up at like ending the series on episode 25. All right, so now let's move on to the animation. The animation in this time was actually a lot poor. Like, it wasn't as good as the last episode, which makes no sense to me considering that we're getting a lot of fan service here, because a lot of the animation and the choices that they use remind me a lot of the Link Joker art and the Legion Mate art. Like, it's basically a Q4 episode, and I'm like, why are you treating this like really poorly? Like, Kaizen, like all the like backwards shot when like panning over or whatever. Like the animation, like the facial animation is always off. The eyes are always off. The lip movements are very stilted and look really gross. Sometimes it looks like it was like episode 6 of Dragon Ball Super, where you won't even recognize the characters at points, which is really unfortunate because they put like when they want to put effort into the animation, it looks good. But when like they just want to like have that fillerish stuff that we're not gonna care about until a later episode, they just don't care. And like it's upsetting because it's mainly the face of Aichi and Kai who are fan favorites of the series, so it seems kind of odd that they would treat them so poorly. But whatever, it's animation not good, just not good. And let's get into the card fight. Card fight was really boring. I'll be honest. We only got to see really 3 turns in total. The first Minerva turn, the Zoa turn, and then the last Minerva turn. Showed off the cards, the main cards that we'll be looking at. We didn't get to even see any like what any of the rear guards do. We just saw what the Angelica and the Minerva did. So, and the music, minus the Zero Dragon one, which is always good whenever it appears up. Like, Misaki's new themes are very lacking. Like, they were really boring. I'm like, what under that hyped up energy that they had in the original? Like, this seems like very backwater stock music, and like I didn't appreciate it. I'm like, you're gonna have her card fight for maybe 1 episode this entire season, and then give her the most boring soundtrack I've ever heard. Like we got to listen to the Overlord's new theme, and that was really dope. And then they just did Misaki dirty. They did her dirty in freaking Legion Hen, and then doing her Legion Hen. They did a dirty Legion, and they're doing her dirty now, and I don't appreciate it because I love Misaki. I mean, sorry about that. But again, it just there wasn't much to talk about this episode. It was very boring. Like, sure, seeing the new Minerva is awesome, and fan service with the big boobies and the freaking thighs, like that's always great. It's always great to have some nice card fan service, but when it comes to an actual episode, it was very lackluster. I would like, you're gonna need it for the plot, but if you're okay with reading a summary, I suggest just skipping this episode. We're gonna get more exciting ones with the introduction of the Gize probably, and seeing Blasters, Overlords, and Chaos Breaker fight off. And so with that in mind, I give this episode a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't bother. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.